Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of The Dans. We've hit about the halfway point of the legislative session. Lawmakers are busy inside right now introducing bills, trying to beat the deadline to get them in the system. We've also seen a real ratcheting up of some of the partisan tension over the last week. The House has had some late night votes involving firearms legislation and abortion. We've seen some procedural maneuvering. Where each side has kind of accused the other of trying to stifle debate. In any case, things are starting to get a little heated here in the building, but we are about to be moving into another phase in the budget season. So what's next, Dan?
Yeah, we're, as you mentioned, we've hit the halfway point. That means the House is going to be coming out with its version of the budget, which is probably the biggest bill, or certainly, the one that has to be passed before everyone goes home. They're expected to, the House Appropriations Committee will be rolling that out in the next couple of days. Then it'll have to go to the full House for approval. So that'll be important to see where funding levels are at for education, for colleges and universities, a bunch of other things be closely scrutinized. And then it'll cross over to the Senate, and they have until kind of the end of the session to make any changes, things like that to it. But yeah, I mean, I think someone in one of your stories this week said it already feels like it's been 60 days, but it's been 30 and still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah, the speaker, Brian Egoff, a Democrat from Santa Fe, he's made it clear that he feels like voters gave Democrats a mandate to get some things done. So they have been very aggressive in the House about pushing through legislation on firearms background checks, an abortion rights bill, and other legislation. And that is now heading over to the Senate, where sometimes the Democrats don't necessarily agree in each chamber, so there could be sort of an uncertain fate for some of those bills. Another big thing I think we have to watch out for is they are really starting to make some progress on the education overhaul, all these new policies aimed at responding to a landmark court ruling that found that New Mexico is violating the constitutional rights of some students by failing to provide an adequate education. In any case, there's a lot that's already been done, but it's going to be a pretty hectic last month too.
Yeah, and I think we're starting to see even the governor, kind of weighing in on legislation more. She sent a message to the Senate today calling on them to pass this firearm background check bill. She sent out a few statements on minimum wage bill and things like that. So she's starting to let legislators know where her priorities are. I think that's something we'll see even more of in the coming days and weeks. And we're going to be, yeah, keeping up to speed with everything. We'll also be seeing if the revenue figures are adjusted at all, which are important for putting together the budget.
So thank you to everyone who's been reading our stories or following our videos, tracking us on Twitter or online. Thanks again. We always appreciate your support.
Thanks a lot. 30 days down, 30 to go.